went into my writing hut about a year and a half ago, and I decided that it might be a helpful contribution to help my readers better understand that, historically, we knew that when somebody died, you'd keep them around for 2 or 3 days, and you invited people to come and say hello. We didn't quickly approach each other and say, you need to say goodbye. We knew that the pathway to ever getting to any kind of goodbye was spending time wrapping ourselves in hello, hello, hello. So one section of my book gives illustration after illustration of how we historically, anchored in wisdom, knew that in any way to get to goodbye, you were going to have to spend some time saying hello. We also knew historically that you were going to be in the dark before light. We wear mourning clothes, death symbols that can identify who was bereaved, and even strangers would approach people with those mourning clothes on, represented by dark or black generally, and say, who died? And then we would honor your love story again and again and again, knowing that downward movement in your psyche, or being in the dark metaphorically, was going to precede any kind of movement toward the light. Now, when people have loss, people often try to put a happy face on it. Oh, it's going to make you a better person. God wouldn't give you anything more than you can bear. Messages that are light-based messages. But we must remember, people need to be affirmed when they're in the dark. That's the pathway to ever coming to eventual light. And the last relationship I was observing is that many of the messages that people get when they have losses are forward-moving messages. Carry on, keep your chin up, I've got somebody for you to meet. When in fact it's organically instinctive that in the face of loss, that you go backward before you go forward. Just as when people are dying, we historically always knew to wrap them in love and let them do reminiscence work backward. It's only been in recent years that people will project, go toward the light, you can go now. We never did that. As we became more uncomfortable with death, we're less familiar with it, we try to manage it instead of letting it be unfolded as an experience that's natural. So remember, study a little bit about those relationships and know that there was a tremendous amount of wisdom in what we always historically have done. We knew you had to say hello to get to goodbye. We knew you had to be in the dark before light. And we knew you had to go backward before in any way you went forward.